You know, so I gotta make sure they stay in good condition, and everybody trying to get me to buy these plastic reeds.
Well, that's what I put on. That's what I play on soprano.
It's kind of bad about the saxophone, and you can't argue with it, but in the lower register, it's pretty flat. It's pretty flat. So I was like, maybe I can get, because this is the regular mouthpiece now, so maybe I can get a regular mouthpiece that'll really get me.
Let's see.
You see?
Yeah.
See, it's actually a G sharp. See?
Pull the mouthpiece out a little bit. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see.
You got it. See? Oh. See, that's the thing about the Rico H ligature. Them suckers tight real fast.
Oh,
this ain't no H. Let's see.
Okay, you got no. That's flat. When it goes up, that's flat.
Oh yeah, right. It's doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But when we go down lower, it's just like
try. That's a G.
A G.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's
Well, okay, play. I'm trying to get it to the zero. Start again.
See, I mean, but when they go down to the I'm talking about like the.
Try to get the G.
See, I can't bend it up no more though. That's the problem. I was telling Peter, I was like, I can't bend it up no more. And that's so flat. It's registering as an A instead of a concert B. I definitely can't be in that low C no more.
I didn't play high note, play top note.
That G and go down to
that. Well, you know, I got the same problem. That's why I'm glad I got this little thing. Sometimes I practice with it. I can't understand it too.
It's something about that
I've been through 100 mouthpieces trying to find one.
Yeah, to keep
me in tune, but ain't nothing happening.
See, I don't really want to get a metal mouthpiece for soprano saxophone because she'll cut everybody down. She'll cut everybody down, but I just need something that's really. So I don't really play in the lower. Anything past D on this, I just don't play it. Man, it's soprano. So it's real fun to go on this thing. It's real responsive. I like it. But yeah, that's this one. She's good though. I mean, look, from the pawn shop, it was like this. I had to invest no more money into it. This pads and everything.
Yeah, I would have bought it.
Yeah, shoot. Only thing about this soprano is I always, when I sit down, I don't know, it just bends up against this for some reason. And Peter said that if I can trim these pads out, like adjust these little red chunks back here, you know, maybe it'll sharpen the sound. You know, because the pads are, you know, farther away from the horn. The closer the pads are to the horn, he said something about it being flatter, but I still couldn't do it. You know, it's nothing you can bend with your mouth, so. I was playing For You I Will. Or something. By Monica for somebody's wedding. I got a question about weddings. A lot of people want me to do weddings now. I don't know what to charge for. I don't know necessarily what, you know, the going rate is necessarily.
Well, you never do it for less than $100. Nothing.
Yeah, I know. I remember Dre said something about, yeah, it's about $200 up charge. I was like, 200? Hold on, Dre.
You know, people are bad.
And some of my aunt said she got a wedding planner. Her friend is a wedding planner, and it'd be good to have me in her pocket if any time I need to play. You know, I was like, okay.
You don't go below $100.
Oh, okay. and cause, does it matter how many songs you playing?
Well, if I play more than 2 songs, I want more than $100.
Oh, okay. But I had played, you know, because this lady, she was, my aunt was actually playing this wedding, and this lady, she wanted a whole bunch of something for a whole bunch of nothing.
Oh, no.
And I didn't want to do it, but my aunt was like, just hear me out here. I didn't mess, you know, I didn't mess with these people long enough. I don't want to mess with these people, you know, just, you know, coming in. And I ended up showing them how to walk out, because the thing is, they wanted me to play a cappella. There's no problem with that. But when they go walking, you can't just have me playing a cappella with them walking, because they won't want to walk on beat. And I'm not a perfect metronome here. I can't, you know, so I'd rather have at least some chords going on in the background. So I said, you know, I'll buy an instrumental or something like that, and I'll just play over top of that. And I have no sounds to go over on, you know, on top of that. You know, it's cool to play a cappella, but as you know, she asked me for a week, and she didn't give me a week. She gave me about 5 days to put this stuff.
How many songs?
And this was just 2 songs, right? But I needed to memorize the song, because she needed me to loop a certain part for them to walk out and walk through all the way. Because she wanted to walk out on her second song, which was Ribbon in the Sky, which is my usual song to play in weddings. And once Ribbon in the Sky came up, I was like, well, this song is not very long instrumental that y'all got. I was like, well, what do y'all want me to do? She said, we gotta just do the best what you can with what you got. I was like, and she only, you know, I got paid $50 for it, but
I wouldn't make money.
You know, Mr. B, you know how in the marching band we got this thing called a 2-step, where everybody starts marching, you go step to the next person, the next person, the next person, and then eventually the shape comes out like a triangle, because the person in the center steps step to step, and it comes out like this. But when they going down to you know, walking down the altar, it's like you can do that little step to, and everybody will be on step. So that's what I did, because nobody was getting it right. This is a whole bunch of I don't know, hood black folk, and they didn't know what to do. Then I was like, why don't we just do a step 2 on beat? Because the song goes na 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 step. So I came up with that, and it took me number 5 seconds to do that. And she's like, "Oh, I like that. Everybody do what he's saying." Oh, okay. You know me, I'm just sitting, sleeping in the corner with my soprano, just singing like this. Cause I played the song. That's my first real gig with the soprano. I was like. Somebody over there tripping over their feet. I said, come on, y'all. So instead of me sitting in the corner playing, I'm sitting in there going like this. You know, I'm step. Oh man, it was funny, Mr. B. I wish you was there looking at it. I was working overtime for a saxophone player. I was like, because I already had the song ready and everything, you know. I just needed to know when the next verse comes in, when the song changes, and even if I need to go to the next verse, I might want to just loop something myself, just loop it, you know, just depending on what's going on in the crowd. And then I think I played Ribbon in the Sky on my saxophone. But this is the funny part, Mr. B. The actual instrumental it was actually messed up. The actual file was messed up. So when it played, it skipped. Because it was a file. It was not, well, it might have been a disc, but whatever it was skipping. And to top it all off with macaroni and cheese, Mr. B, the guy in the soundboard didn't know what he was doing. I said, what, man? I was like, because the thing is, she had one track in there twice. I was like, she don't need the track in there twice because I can loop it on my saxophone. I can just, solo something, put a little interlude and just, make up something. She ain't got to run it back so everybody be there and waiting on me, So he didn't know how to skip the track, so they ended up. It was like 5 minutes in the wedding, but he was fumbling with. I said, and then the Ribbon and Sky came in, so they started walking down. Let me see. Modulates, but once it modulates, Mr. B, something happens in the disc where it gets faster, and music actually faster is actually a modulation, but it actually gets faster, and it's not even pertaining to a key. It's kind of like going faster for like 10 seconds, and then it gets slower back. Like it never changed, and I was like, so it's actually an extra key change in there that I didn't even account for. So I'm like. And the song is slow, so 10 seconds is like 30 minutes. Yeah. So when they're sitting over there, like, I'm just letting the CD play, and then it skipped twice, and then it got back on. So when they were walking out, I was like, let me just cut number one. Because the guy was in the balcony, I was like, number one, I'm gone. I was so out of there, Mr. B, I was gone. I did not want to be there no more.
And think about it, I hate to go to practice. If I gotta go to practice, I'm gonna charge more.
Oh yeah. This is exactly. What my dad was telling me, he was like, okay, we got church, right? I was like, well, they want me to go to gospel choir practice. He was like, so how much they paying you? I was like, they pay me $50 every Sunday I come. He was like, how many Sundays do you want to come? I was like, every Sunday, any Sunday I can make, they'll pay me for. He was like, okay, so they paying you for practice? I was like, no. So why you go to practice? I mean, it's good to know what they're doing, but I mean, one of your biggest talents is be able to come off the cuff with anything you come off the cuff with. You don't necessarily even have to play, you just improvise it, right? I was like, yeah. It's like, sometimes I like to, it's like after a while, we're going to that practice, I was like, hey, that was pretty much it. And then, I kind of got to the feel of what they were playing. And my minister of music told me, he's like, these gospel songs, they're nothing but 2 or 3 different keys. They're not it's just 2 E flat and B flat, and call it a day. There's nothing real big about it. And now I'm able to go to Greenville County with them, and I play different places with them. So I mean, it's nice, but I'm not getting paid for practice. So it is like. And I actually do more than just to play for saxophone. I do the website for them, I do the pictures for them, and I do videography for them. So when I come in, I might come in on the practice, and I don't got my saxophone. Oh, it's funny. It's classic. Because it's like, tell me where your saxophone is. At home? I was like,
I got my camera.
Yeah, I got my camera. He said, you couldn't bring the little one, or the big one, or the middle one? I am, because I'm trying to find out, where I sit, saxophone wise. Now I just bring my alto, my tenor, and I'll play the slow songs with my tenor. Oh, she sit nice in the low register. She sit nice, but she sit nice in low register. So I was like, play fast songs with my alto. And Sandy was my minister of music. Sandy, he was telling me that playing the saxophone, the soprano saxophone, is not necessarily every occasion type of saxophone. He was saying that basically, if you're playing a fast song, it's too thin. You gotta give yourself some weight. So I started to leave my soprano at home, and any kind of balance that I have, I try to play on soprano. Cause it's real hard to.
I tell you that, it wears my lip out. Those things wear my lip out. If I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna play it at the beginning of the gig. On the tail part of the gig, my lips can't tighten up to play that.